Do you feel like your officers are being held accountable when they do things wrong? That seems to be a major complaint here, is that officers aren't being held accountable. I know that in some instances you've tried to hold officers accountable and have gotten serious pushback from the union. But one social justice leader said in the paper the other day that your department has turned a blind eye to systemic failure and weaponized the police department against our community. So, are you holding your officers accountable?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally disagree with that statement. If you look at since we've been here, we have been holding officers accountable. And we also have been supporting those officers who've made a mistake, but we believe can still effectively do their job. Not only have we held those officers accountable, we've arrested officers. We have a current investigation that's going on that is worked by the Baton Rouge Police Department, where we've arrested several of our narcotics agents who don't deserve to wear that badge. That investigation is being conducted by Baton Rouge police officers, and we're going to continue to hold any others accountable. But I really don't believe that those officers that we arrested and those that have been terminated as well, several have been terminated as a result of our investigation. But I still don't believe that they represent all the men and women in the Baton Rouge Police Department. We have great public servants here. We've consistently shown that in order to change behavior, that discipline has to be implemented, and we've done that. I mean, we've had several high-profile cases recently where we've terminated an officer, and the Civil Service Board has overturned my decision. We had another incident recently, but we're going to continue to move forward to change that culture. And let me be clear, it's not all the men and women in the Baton Rouge Police Department. It's a very few, and those few officers we have held them accountable. But they don't represent the good men and women of this police department who go out there and serve this community every day.
Well, so where do you think what motivates this complaint? This is a pretty significant complaint that was sent to the Justice Department. What's behind this? Or have these folks just not connected with you, or what's your thinking on where this complaint comes from?
Sir, I received no phone call from anyone. I have public meetings every quarter with our Chief Advisory Council where we go over policy. In fact, in those meetings, we've had conversations in our Chief Advisory Council meetings that actually lead to recommendations that go to my a policy review committee, and we actually change policy. And I can go over so many policies that have been changed in this police department that started with community conversations. And we were able to make those policy changes without compromising officer safety. I would be more than willing to sit down with those organizations and go over everything that we've done in the past few years. But to say that we have not held police officers accountable is just not the case. A simple research on how many officers that don't deserve to wear that badge, who we've terminated or who've quit while under investigation over the past a couple of years will show that we take our policies very seriously here in the police department. And there has been a lot of accountability. So I'm not sure specifically where they're getting their data from, but I will be more than happy to share factual data with those organizations.